I am Mark Stewart Greenstein. I'm a guest at your convention, and I hope this can get to delegates when considering your presidential nominee and when endorsing candidates for lower office. I am one of them. In a way, I'm two of them because I am seeking simultaneously 2 seats. State Senate in New Hampshire and State Senate in Connecticut, and you can do this compatibly. You can even serve compatibly because the capitals are awfully close. I'm a Democrat, but remember, we all come from different sets. I mean, unless you had 2 intact parents who were Constitution Party members back in the day, and you were blessed to not have to be subject to public schools, you couldn't possibly have started off in this party. So we all come from different places. I happen to have a high regard for your pillars. I have reverence for 7 principles, and I would endorse every one of your 12 key issues. Indeed, I am one who wants to play up one of them in a way that I don't think anyone in our lifetimes has. Number 11, the judiciary. Because the overweening respect that we have for the judiciary is causing us horrible problems. It's a usurpation of power, okay? In the 2 states where I'm a candidate, in Connecticut, the judicial power is not first or second. Among its articles, it's 5th. In New Hampshire, the judicial power is 8th. It is below that of county treasurer in New Hampshire's Constitution. So why has it percolated so high? We have this overweening respect for men of letters, okay? It's carried into MDs as well. Look, and I'm a doctor's kid, but my dad never wanted to be called doctor. He had spent a few extra years in school. That was it. Others have other professions. The same is true of the judiciary. They spend years in school and often not working in real life. And yet, our reverence for them and their decisions is going to bind anyone. If we, third-party candidates, get elected, there's so many things that we want to change. And who's going to be in the way at that point? It's the judges. Unless we reduce the respect that the communities we have in the judges, we're going to get blocked at every single turn. We who are elected are going to have a miserable 2 or 4 years in office. All right, so what I haven't mentioned is your platform, because I'm hoping that it is kept quiet following your convention, okay? I don't think it's worth publicizing because elaborate platforms bind candidates. They force them either to lie and say, oh, I respect and I will follow all parts of the platform, or to deviate, and then you have a schism. You can evaluate candidates on so many other issues. Evaluate me. I'd like you to. But to say that every item in a 48-part platform is gospel is dangerous. It shackles your candidates, and we are the ones on the front lines of this fight to return America to a better place. Cloistered in conventions, you might want to hammer out a platform, but then keep it to yourselves. And don't force adherence at every single point. Please don't let us candidates, once nominated or endorsed, get crucified on the cross of rigidity. This is what media will do. We know we're going to have a lot of people assailing us. We don't need the internal dissent that can only come with a platform needing strict adherence. Delegates, come to your own decisions quietly on who propels your principles best, who propels the 12 key issues best. And in my mind, best should be better than ever before. Maybe not perfect, okay? We haven't made a lot of progress since the party's existence. Moses and the Israelites wandered for 40 years for a generation to die out. I don't want to take 40 years, 39, okay? My target is a regime of liberty and constitution elected by 2028, okay? End of this decade, start service in 2029. We do that by starting in other places earlier. The presidency, probably out. Governorships, maybe as early as 2023. Virginia is up then. If Virgil Goode is not running a principled campaign for governor, I will. Earlier than that, 2022, 2021, could be wins in state house seats, in mayoral elections for 2021. And yeah, what about this year? Wins are unlikely. Okay, a few small ones maybe, but wins in a three-way race, really hard. But what if we make a big dent? If we become the candidates that, even in losing, but losing with a hefty 25-30% of the vote, the other guys have to pay attention to. Okay, that those winning Democrats and winning Republicans for the next 2 years better look out, better adhere to our principles. It's not a horrible form of governance in transition until it becomes pure. Let's start the purification. Look, we all want to end the Fed. Whether we do it fast or slow is a matter of degree. I personally would do it immediately. We can work it out within a year. We all want to end Social Security, whether slow or fast. We all have the same principles. I, too, would end it within 4 years, okay? 4 and out. It's doable. The key is fair and just transitions. And I think our presidential nominee should be nominating some cabinet officers that are novel, that would, one, look to transitions that are fair and just for all the wrenching, too many, discomforting, too many, changes that we will, upon election, bring. I think there should be another cabinet post, one called the one for removing bad laws and bad regulations. I'd like to see the presidential nominee cobble together a big cadre of executive posts that include these. I'd be slimming down a lot of others, and we'll get to that in another video. So the transition, 40 years, way too long, and we're not making much progress right now. It's looking like 400 years at this pace. We can't wait that long. 4 years ago, your platform almost lost me. I had worked pretty hard for Gary Johnson. Well, first for one of the Republicans, then for Gary Johnson. And when he disappointed, I was drawn dramatically to Darrell Castle and Scott Bradley, even more so Scott. But then the platform, which I can't 100% embrace. Nobody can, unless they are lying or they have a brainwashed mindset. Nobody can. Indeed, nobody who even put the platform together can embrace everything, because that platform was changed from 4 or 6 or 8 years earlier. So how could one platform be transcendent over time, yet needed to be changed? Principles, pledges are better than platform. Finally, if you hobble our candidates, you lose the people who are in touch with the voters that get us in power. You lose the chance to be a force in your lifetime. Look, in the Constitution Party's case, the platform can be really easy. It's this. Just say that. It is your platform. If you want to be original, make the platform our mission statement. I hope I will still have your endorsement. The 2 seats that I am seeking to dethrone are held by Democrats, long-standing. They've been their House and Senate for collectively 78 years, okay? In New Hampshire, it's the 20th Senate District. In Connecticut, it's the 1st Senate District. They are the seats of the major cities in each of their states. I happen to have domicile in one, residence in the other. So I'm hoping you can see fit to somebody who believes in your principles, will adhere to your pillars, will promote all your 12 key issues and probably more, and will fervently respect the United States Constitution. Mark Stewart Greenstein, I look forward to carrying forth what you started in New Hampshire and Connecticut.